Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Tuesday, February 18th, around 9 p.m. Mountain Time 2025. Spectacular images of the Etna lava flow as the ongoing eruption continues, and we have record snow and ice in the Northern Hemisphere, numbers that haven't been seen for decades, as record cold is headed to the U.S. Keep calm. It's boom time. As we said at the outset, record-breaking cold temperatures to plunge as much as 50 degrees below normal. Thursday morning will be chilly, record-breaking cold for many states. Over 200 cold temperatures, in fact, 200 cold temperature records could break across the central U.S. as wind chills plummet well below zero. Over 200 daily record low and cold high daily afternoon temps could be set through the central states. Wind chills could reach up to 60 degrees below zero for portions of the northern plains through the midweek. This is no joke. Don't be scared, be prepared. Oswego County declares a state of emergency due to heavy snow and wind. And the Kentucky governor says it's going to take quite some time to recover from the deadly storms that swept the state over the last few days. And here is the full forecast. Dangerous cold plunging through the central U.S. with heavy snow from the central plains to the southern mid-Atlantic. An Arctic air mass will continue to plunge south through the central U.S. this week, with widespread record-breaking cold likely for dozens of states. Sub-freezing temperatures are likely to reach as far south as the Gulf Coast, as heavy snow will move from the Rockies this morning across the Central Plains and Ozarks, Tennessee Valley, North Carolina, and into the southern mid-Atlantic states through Wednesday. That storm developed earlier today and is now rapidly gaining speed. Let's take a look at the GFS model and the storm in question, shall we? There we can see that storm right now, the current position. We've got heavy snow to the north of it, a huge mix in the center here, maybe 100 miles wide, and then rain to the south. This will be moving east 3, 6, 9 hours. By morning, it will be on the east coast. And then it will bomb out during the day with heavy snow on that state line between Virginia and North Carolina and dump a significant amount of snow for coastal regions, which is really unusual. The pattern will continue through March as we see the setup for many nor'easters. Here's one at the end of February here into March 1st and another one right behind it. What does that mean for snowfall totals? Well, let's take a look at the total accumulating snowfall and move it through. In the next 3 hours, the big winner chicken dinner is going to be right here between Arkansas and Missouri, right on the state line. The GFS here will walk this through for you, showing the most snow on the coast. We can move it over to the CMC model. I think this is going to be more realistic in the actual snowfall totals. This is showing potentially a foot or more, up to 16 inches on the coast, and a wide swath of 6 to 10 in that Arklatex region. Is that what they call that? No, this is the four corners of Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. I don't know what you call that, but I'm sure it's called something. And that is where the heaviest snow will fall there. We could look at one other model, the Icon, and that's showing a wider swath of snow through that same area. So let's put the GFS back up here and show what it looks like as we walk the model through towards the end of the month here. Boom! You can see storm after storm potentially running up the East Coast, accentuating heavy snowfall totals as we head into March. And that means Al Gore is not pleased with the forecast. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! No bunt cake for Al. Do you remember, this is back in 2000. 25 years ago. Snowfalls are now just a thing of the past. Well, That propaganda couldn't be further from the truth. This is the automated multi-sensor snow and ice mapping system of the Northern Hemisphere for February 17th, yesterday. And it shows record-breaking snow and ice totals in the Northern Hemisphere that have never been seen before, maybe since records been kept, but this is 2 decades here. Absolutely unprecedented. As the fear-mongering continues in the mainstream media, the facts speak for themselves. Record snow and ice. Seismic update. Major rumblings continue over here at Santorini, another 5+ magnitude of 5.1 in just the last 24 hours. We've got some activity in White City, New Mexico, 4.7. That's more frac quakes. Holy macaroni, you would think they would stop that. Right near Toya. Remember the big one in Toya? Well, they continue to inject poison into the ground. A slight uptick in the West Coast, but overall normal activity worldwide, bringing us to worldwide volcano news. We've got an eye on Campi Flegrei over the last few days. It appears as if that seismic swarm is coming to an end. Let's take a look at the past 7 days. You can see where it began, the uptick just 3 days ago, and it seems to be waning. Good news for the people near Campi Flegrei. We're also keeping a close eye on Santorini, the seismic crisis that started, well, about a month ago, seems to be waning over the last week and a half. Here, the last 7 days, just getting weaker and weaker. That is good news for the people in the region. The event is still not over. It is still ongoing, albeit a reduction in quakes. And Etna volcano, the explosive activity continuing today to 13,000 feet. And there are some spectacular images of the eruption coming out. Take a look at this one. Some lava flow pictures. We did see guys skiing next to this flow earlier in the week. Here you can see from Sentinel-2 that lava flow from space. And the ash plume currently coming from Etna. Absolutely gorgeous photography. Etna is always so photogenic, especially when the eruptions are strombolian. They are quite delicious. A quick look at space weather shows a drop-off in activity towards the B range. Solar max is done. We are rapidly headed towards solar minimum. Very few sunspots, very little activity. 3-day geomagnetic forecast is all calm as we've just popped up into geomagnetic instability. Let's see what's going on there. Here we are over at Discover Solar Wind, and you can see what happened just about 6 hours ago. The BZ shifted far south. These are interplanetary magnetic fields getting jiggy with it. Density is increasing, and now we've got the speed popping up. There are really no coronal holes to speak of, so this is just a co-rotating field affecting Earth and shifting the BZ, and that has pushed us, yes, up into almost G1 geomagnetic storm. So there is a chance tonight, well, it was actually better chance earlier, of aurora up in the high northern latitudes. Now, the chance of the city killer asteroid 2024 YR4 smashing into Earth rises yet again. We reported on it first when the data came out about the potential impact, and within the first 3 days, that went up from 2% to 2.4%. Well, as of yesterday, we're now at 3.1%, according to NASA, which never a straight answer anyway. But indeed, NASA has increased the chances of this asteroid hitting Earth in 2032 to 1 in 32, or 3.1%, up from 1 in 42 as reported in previous calculations. The good news is that most of these asteroids that fall into the 1 in 32 range, or the 3.3% range, as we get closer to the date, eventually diminish towards 0. This one happens to be growing slightly. If it continues to grow year after year, then we have something to worry about. Because what that means is, well, a big boom is coming. And another reset. An exoplanet with iron rain has violent winds like something out of science fiction. Even the strongest hurricanes in the solar system seem calm In comparison, here is the artist's representation of the hot Jupiter-like exoplanet WASP 121b, which has iron rains and winds that are violent beyond expectation. It's so hot that it rains droplets of liquid iron on WASP 121. And now astronomers discovered that this planet, located around 900 light years away from us, is also ravaged by unexpectedly powerful winds. How fast are those winds, you ask? Well, I have no idea because they don't tell us here in this article. They're just amazingly fast, according to the title. Now let's talk about that plane crash in Toronto. Delta's DEI stance is now called out after the Toronto plane crash. They're hiring people not based on merit, but based on their ethnicity and their sex. In fact, it's hired more unqualified female pilots than ever before, as well as other unqualified pilots of other ethnicities. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump firing people at the FAA. This was in Canada, where the FAA has nothing to do with them landing planes. Now, we shared earlier today on Rumble the clearest footage of the crash. And let's take a look at that plane coming in here, bouncing off the ice. Yeah, this is called a hard landing. This plane almost flexes in half. This is a pilot error. This is a pilot that doesn't know what it's doing. There is no flare, no slowdown, and it bounces on the ice. I hope that the pilot is held accountable. The good news is that no one died in this crash. Absolutely insane, in my opinion. We do have more footage. This is footage of people inside the cockpit while the plane is upside down before they were evacuated. So they're on their phones, they're texting, no one's screaming. It's absolutely unbelievable. Look at this guy. He's just hanging upside down, doing nothing. Let's go back to that guy. Look at this guy. He's just like, doo-doo-doo. I don't know. Something is really fishy about this situation. Now watch this. A passenger on the plane, which is the Endeavour Air CRJ 900 flight DL 4819, which is a Delta flight from Minnesota or Minneapolis to Toronto. I forget, but this is one of the guys filming as he was evacuated.
Come on! Don't take your video! Take that phone away! No.
Holy 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 Oh my God! Yo, I was just on this plane. Oh my God. Yo, I was just on this plane. Holy
Everything, drop it! Come on! Don't take your video! Take that phone away!
No. Holy Holy Holy
I got to say one thing. Those first responders are heroes, putting themselves in harm's way as they're spraying down this plane because it may explode at any moment. Absolutely amazing work to the first responders. These people that are pulling people out of the plane here. It actually looks like the crew from the aircraft. Well trained indeed, but very poor landing skills. Leave a comment below if you have any comments. You can always follow us over at Oppenheimer Ranch Project, at Diamond the Dave on X, where we have all the funny stuff and cutting outbreaks all day. Hey, hey. Now, a 100-year historic find as the largest land mammal reappears in South America. Scientists describe it as a historic event for humanity. Remember when they told you that all the species are dying and people complain about no more bugs? Well, there really isn't a mass extinction going on. but there is a mass psychosis. Let's take a look at the tapir that reemerged. It had been a century since the last documented sighting of this species in the region, dating back to 1914, when it was seen in the Serra dos Organos National Park. Since then, the advance of urbanization and uncontrolled hunting pushed the tapir into the brink of local extinction. For many decades, it was believed to have disappeared, but new images and videos capturing the Cunhambebe State Park, a biodiversity sanctuary, 38,000 hectares, show 3 tapirs walking through the vegetation in the park. Absolutely spectacular. All the links will be below. Another big warning sign, a rarely seen deep sea creature known as an oarfish has washed ashore on Mexico. Now, oarfishes are typically a sign of an impending catastrophe, so cross your fingers. This was the smallest oarfish I've ever seen as well. Do tell. And just so you know, the next time you're on the internet and you feel dumb, it's okay. Remember, there are people who watch The View every single day. And I can't even make that up. What I do have to tell you is if you want to secure your future, you've come to the right place. We recommended years ago that you buy silver when it was $13. And now it is over $30. Gold at an all-time high. There is one way that you can secure your future, and that is to get most of your money out of fiat currency. A lot of you have 401ks or retirement plans. So what we did, we've done lots of research over a year's worth, and finally, we've chosen to partner with Goldco. This is the industry leader in precious metals. From precious metal IRAs to direct purchases of gold and silver, Goldco has helped thousands of Americans diversify and protect their retirement savings every day at the lowest cost and the easiest way to do it. All you have to do is request your free 2025 gold and silver kit. And the way to find Goldco through our link is diamondlovesgold.com. That's diamondlovesgold.com. It's easy to remember, easy to type in, and it'll bring you to our Goldco link. The reason we partnered with Goldco is because they are the #1 rated precious metals IRA company in the world. Rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau, rated AAA by Business Consumer Alliance, earned 6,000 5-star customer ratings, 2024 Best Customer Service, and the INC 5000 Award recipient 6+ years running. The best value, you get up to 10% of instant match in free silver with a qualified account. You get free shipping. You get free access to a library of retirement resources and the highest price buyback in the industry. If you want to get large amounts of precious metals to hedge your bets and to protect your investments from going to zero when the next market collapse occurs, which is soon, you just got to put it in precious metals. Silver and gold have been going up for 5 years. They're saying that gold will hit 5,000 this year and silver may hit 50. I'll tell you what, precious metals are not as volatile as stocks. And so when the market crashes, which it will, like it does every time, precious metals are there to hedge your bets. So support the channel, support your preparedness, and protect your money with a precious metals IRA or buy directly from Goldco. You can buy gold and silver. They'll ship it right to you. It's that simple and discreet. Thank you, Goldco, for allowing us the opportunity to partner with you. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share the video. Put your name in for the Goldco kit. There's nothing you can lose. It's free. And you can at least read it over and see what they got to tell you. We love each and every one of you. Be safe. And that is a boom.